begin operations for the Memphis Safe Task Force next week. Personnel from 13 agencies will be on the ground in Memphis next week.
Governor Bill Lee says the National Guard will start arriving in Memphis sometime next week as President Donald Trump is deploying troops to combat crime in the city. Thanks for joining us tonight at 10 o'clock. I'm Courtney Allen. Governor Lee said that the operation will include the National Guard, FBI, and other agencies. He says it'll give Memphis access to federal enforcement unlike any other city in the country. But many Tennesseans, they aren't happy about it. WSMV4's Braden Ross brings us to a protest that happened today here in Nashville. It's one of several across the state against the operation in Memphis.
Our cities don't need this. We need housing, we need jobs, we need opportunity.
People protested across the state Saturday as Memphis is preparing for the National Guard to deploy on the city next week.
The president is using the military against the people, and that's unconstitutional. And we have to stand up for that, or it's just going to get worse.
Earlier this month, President Donald Trump announced he'd be establishing a Memphis Safe Task Force with the full support of Governor Lee.
We have a generational opportunity to make Memphis a safe city.
Friday, Governor Lee laid out what the $100 million initiative will look like. It'll be a multi-agency operation, including the National Guard, the FBI, and other agencies. He said National Guard troops will be in easily identifiable uniforms and will not be armed. They also won't be able to make arrests or issue warrants unless asked. But some here in Nashville believe it's the wrong solution and worry that Nashville could be next.
They're not asking for troops. They're asking for help, and we're not listening.
I don't want this for Memphis. I also don't want this for Nashville. I really don't want it for any U.S. city.
The city of Memphis says they've been planning for weeks and operations will start sometime next week. In Nashville, Braden Ross, WSMV4.
Free the 901. Free the 901. Free the 901. Free the 901. Join the movement.
And that protest happened today in Memphis. Organizers there launched Free the 901, which they say is aimed at preparing, protecting, and uplifting the people of Memphis while opposing the deployment of the National Guard. Organizers say that the funding that Governor Lee has put towards this operation would be better served in different parts of the city.
If we wanted to actually attack crime and solve some of the issues with violence, we would invest much more in violence prevention and intervention. The federal government has cut severely that funding for violence prevention, and even when they had the funding, Memphis was sorely underfunded based on comparison with other cities with similar challenges that we have. Safety is not just about the safety from violence and crime. It's about food security, housing security. We know we have a crisis in affordable housing here.
There is still no word yet on the exact day that the troops will get to Memphis, but we'll let you know those details as soon as we get